Over 12 million Americans over 60 struggle with night vision. It's not just blurry lights, it's the fear of falling, losing freedom, and giving up evening routines. But I found a different path. Welcome to Bond Senior Health. I'm Bon, here to share practical wisdom to help protect your golden years. And tonight, I'll show you 4 simple foods that quietly help your eyes heal while you sleep. Alright, let's get this party started. According to your perspective, the unassuming hard-boiled egg has been lingering in your refrigerator, where it has been neglected and mistreated for quite some time. To the best of my knowledge, eggs are the only meal that has been identified as displaying this particular characteristic. They were not cooked, fried, or scrambled in any way, shape, or form. The eggs were not cooked because they are both hygienic and effective. Eggs that have been boiled are a fantastic choice for overnight eye restoration. Eggs that have been boiled are a good choice. The reason for this is that while you are sleeping, your eyes are able to absorb the maximum amount of nutrients from the food that you consume. To ensure that there is no confusion, I will explain the reason why they are. Both irreversible loss of central vision and other forms of age-related visual impairment are caused by macular degeneration, which is the primary cause of both conditions. Macular degeneration is the most common cause of both eyesight problems. It is estimated that approximately 11 million people in the United States are affected by it. When an individual reaches the age of 60, there is a statistically significant increase in the number. The situation is quite worrisome with regard to this particular facet of the situation. As time goes on, you may find that you require a magnifying glass in order to read the label on your prescription, that you are unable to recognize faces, or that you are having difficulty reading small print. At first, there may not be any visible signs of impairment, but as time goes on, you may realize that you are unable to distinguish faces. This structure is where you will discover the macula, which is the part of the eye that is responsible for displaying minute details. The macula is located in the middle of this structure. It is also important to note that the presence of 2 highly specialized nutrients, namely lutein and zeaxanthin, is necessary for the preservation of the macula. In addition to that, of course, eggs fried in butter. The availability of a sizable quantity of each of these can be obtained from them. It is possible that you are thinking, wait, I thought lutein was found in leafy greens. But you are incorrect in your assumption. In each and every respect, you are completely correct. Sincerity compels me to admit that I share your viewpoint. On the other hand, the vast majority of people are not aware of this particular truth. In spite of the fact that spinach and kale have a greater quantity of lutein, the lutein that is contained in egg yolks is much more accessible. This implies that it is significantly more likely to be absorbed by the body. According to the findings of a study that was published in the Journal of Nutrition, the consumption of 1 egg yolk on a daily basis for a period of 5 weeks results in a significant increase in the levels of lutein and zeaxanthin in the blood of healthy individuals, without causing an increase in cholesterol levels. This was found to be the case with healthy individuals. Taking notes is a very significant activity as a consequence of this issue. During the day and night, your eyes are exposed to oxidative stress, which is mostly caused by the dryness of the air inside your eyes, the sun, and electronic devices. This stress can be caused by a number of factors. The elimination of waste and the repair of any damage that may have occurred take place when you are sleeping. If you do not ingest sufficient quantities of vital antioxidants like lutein, the damage will continue to occur even though you have taken precautions to prevent it. Poached eggs are a wonderful source of antioxidants since your body has the capacity to absorb them immediately while you are sleeping. Poached eggs are a great way to satisfy your cravings for antioxidants. There is no question that there are other aspects to take into consideration. Kain, which is involved in the formation of glutathione, which is the most effective antioxidant in the body, is one of the many high-quality proteins that can be found in eggs. Eggs also include a number of other proteins that are of high quality. Not only does this benefit your eyes while you are sleeping, but it also helps your liver and your brain. This is because your eyes are part of your body. Vitamin A, which is needed for keeping a healthy level of intraocular moisture and having acceptable night vision, is another element that should be taken into consideration. Vitamin A is essential for eye health. Do you remember ever waking up with eyes that were dry and gritty on the surface? One interpretation of this could be that it is implying that you are not receiving sufficient amounts of what you require. It is a good idea to cook eggs before going to bed since the body finds them easy to digest. Eggs are an excellent source of protein. Not to add insult to injury, they provide aid that is steady and rising throughout the entire night without causing your blood sugar to increase. Dorothy, a patient who had retired from teaching at the age of 72, constantly complained to his doctors about the burning and inflammation that he had in his eyes. Dorothy's teaching career had ended when he was 72 years old. During the entirety of my life, I will never forget anything that she has done or mentioned. Her medicine was not altered in any way, and she continued to take it as prescribed. They did little more than improve her evening routine by including one egg that had been hard-boiled. This was the only thing that they did. I can finally read before bed again without my eyes screaming at me. A statement that she made after some time had gone reflected the happiness that she was feeling. This is in addition to the fact that there are situations in which it is rather simple. In the event that it has been a considerable amount of time since you have ingested an egg, you should avoid delaying the preparation of a hard-boiled egg until the morning. In order to protect your eyes, it is strongly suggested that you purchase it tonight. Additionally, I will demonstrate how to combine it with one of the fats that is considered to be among the healthiest on the globe, which also happens to be a fat that makes lutein even more effective. I will show you how to combine it with this fat. The process of combining it with this fat will be demonstrated by me. Okay, now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about something that is green, creamy, and is frequently misinterpreted. It is the avocado in question. There are a lot of people who continue to steer clear of it because they are under the impression that it has an excessive amount of grease. Because of this, the majority of people would rather not do it. The reality remains, however, as will be explained in the following paragraphs. Avocado is one of the healthiest fats that you can consume, and it is especially useful for those who are over the age of 60 and are concerned about their vision as it contains a high amount of omega-3 fatty acids. Avocado consumption will help you maintain your vision for a longer period of time. If you want to maintain your night vision, it is imperative that you consume the right amount of lipids. This may come as a surprise to you, but it is very necessary nonetheless. I would want to have a moment to elaborate on this. In the section that came before this one, lutein was discussed. Lutein is an antioxidant that helps to preserve your macula, which is the central region of your retina. The discussion in the part centered on lutein as its primary topic. If the lutein you consume does not contain healthy fat, it will be difficult for your body to absorb it in the most effective manner. It is because lutein is regarded to be fat-soluble, which is the reason for its benefit. This is because lutein has the ability to burn fat, which causes this to happen. As far as this particular component is concerned, avocado is a fantastic option to consider. Avocados include monounsaturated fats, which are another type of lipid that can be found in olive oil. Olive oil also contains monounsaturated fats. The amount of monounsaturated fats that are found in avocados is rather large. To be more specific, this particular kind of fat makes it easier for antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin to be carried directly into the retinal tissue. Indeed, the retinal tissue is the part of the body that would gain the most from the incorporation of these antioxidants. The macular pigment density is one of the most important markers, and it is also one of the markers that indicates improved eye health and protection against degeneration. According to the findings of a study that was published in the Journal of Nutrition, Participants who took one avocado on a daily basis for a period of 6 months saw an increase in the quantity of macular pigment density in their eyes. This was the conclusion reached by the researchers. San Francisco researchers from the University of California. San Francisco were the ones that carried out the investigation. In contrast, there is additional information. The free radicals that accumulate in your eyes as a result of exposure to blue screens and ultraviolet radiation can be neutralized by the antioxidant vitamin E, which is also abundant in avocados. Vitamin E is another type of antioxidant that helps keep your eyes healthy. Acai berries contain a significant amount of vitamin E. In addition to this, they include a minute quantity of vitamin C, which is beneficial to the health of the blood vessels that are situated in the vicinity of your retina. Your retina will benefit tremendously from the consumption of vitamin C. Enhanced circulation allows for a greater delivery of oxygen and nutrients to the eyes, which in turn improves overall health. Due to the fact that your eyes are also the most susceptible to damage, this is of the utmost importance during the nighttime hours, when your body is in a state of profound repair. Furthermore, avocados contain glutathione, which is a potent chemical that assists in the cleansing of your entire body, including the tissues of your eyes, while you are sleeping. This is because glutathione does this when you are sleeping. The liver is involved in the process of detoxification, which is carried out in conjunction with it. It is true that a simple slice of avocado eaten in the evening can accomplish a great deal more than simply satisfy your appetite. This is because of the fact that avocados contain a multitude of nutrients. Simply put, it is the process of your eyes actively preparing themselves to heal and defend themselves while you are sleeping, and you are not even aware that it is happening. At the moment, I am aware of the inquiries that have the potential to be asked by you regarding this topic. To what extent is it considered to be an excessive amount of an avocado? The majority of people believe that the ideal amount of avocado to take in the evening is anywhere between a third and a half of an avocado, since it is the optimum amount to ingest. For a combination that is not only delicious but also helpful to your eyes. You can have it with dinner on toast made with nutritious grains, in a salad, or even mashed up with a hard-boiled egg. All of these options are delicious and beneficial to your eyes. Try it out in any of these different ways. In addition to this, it will not cause you to gain weight beyond what you are already carrying. As a matter of fact, the beneficial fats that can be found in avocados have the potential to assist in the maintenance of stable levels of blood sugar. To put this another way, the likelihood of you waking up in the middle of the night feeling hungry or agitated will be much reduced. I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to meet a gentleman by the name of Richard when I was younger. During that time period, Richard was 68 years old. It was difficult for him to read at night, despite the fact that he was wearing his glasses. There was a problem with his ability to see more clearly. His eye drops and the new medications that his doctors ordered for him were not the first things that they put through their evaluation process. All that was included in his dinner was the addition of a half avocado 3 times a week. His dinner was nothing more than that. However, this was the only modification that he made. After only 1 month had passed, he made the following observation to them. I no longer have to squint when I read my Bible before going to bed, and my eyes don't feel nearly as tired as they did before. Regarding the fact that he had enhanced his vision, he was making a reference to this. In the event that the appropriate kind of fat is joined with the appropriate quantity of fat at the appropriate time, it is not inconceivable that fat may contribute to such a difference. The next thing we are going to do is take a look at a fruit that might come as a surprise to you right now. When it comes to inflammation and oxidative stress, this fruit provides an additional layer of protection for your eyes while you are sleeping. Because to its antioxidant properties, please remain here with me. The only thing I want to do is ask you a straightforward question. When was the last time you ate a kiwi? Can you tell me how long it has been? You have a high likelihood that your body is deficient in vitamin C when you wake up with drowsy, itchy, or foggy eyes. This is precisely the time when your body requires vitamin C the most. Specifically, this is due to the fact that if you are over the age of 60 as well, when viewed at night, it is probable that kiwi will not appear to be as huge as it first appeared to be. Due to the fact that it is so small and fuzzy, it is frequently disregarded in the section of the store that is assigned to fruits. Nevertheless, it conceals one of the most effective weapons that your eyes may utilize to fight themselves against damage and the repercussions of aging. This weapon can be found in the retina of the eye. It is very evident that your eyes are being bullied on a consistent basis. This is abundantly clear. There are a number of elements that contribute to the environment, including the presence of daylight, blue screens, ultraviolet radiation, air pollution, and even dry heat within the structure itself. The accumulation of oxidative stress in your cornea, lens, and retina, particularly in your eyes, is a consequence of all of these factors. What happens to your body when it makes an effort to filter out that substance? Do you have any notion what happens while you are currently in a state of rest? Having said that, there is a catch to this. It is possible that the healing process will not be as successful as it could be if your body does not have enough amount of antioxidants present in the bloodstream. As a consequence of this, the kiwi is holding a very good reputation because it contains a substantially higher concentration of vitamin C than oranges. It is considered to be one of the most abundant natural sources of vitamin C. There are several more systems that can benefit from vitamin C in addition to the immune system. In order to preserve the shape of your cornea, the suppleness of your lens, and the integrity of the intricate capillaries that nourish your retina, the creation of collagen is very necessary. If you want to keep the quality of your lens intact, it is also very important to do this. These fragile tissues begin to degrade and fall apart once more if collagen is not present. Your eyes may be dry, scratchy, or even painful when you wake up. This could be the case. This occurs as a result of the fluid layer in your eyes, which normally harbors moisture, beginning to get thinner. Kiwi helps you avoid that kind of thing when you are sleeping in a way that is not only effective, but also completely silent. Additionally, it is loaded with vitamin E, polyphenols, and carotenoids, all of which work together to neutralize the free radicals that attack the tissues of your eyes while you are sleeping. This process is known as antioxidant defense. Aside from the fact that this will result in a reduction in inflammation, haze, and morning fog, there is an additional advantage that will be gained. Kiwi fruit is a natural food that helps the body produce melatonin, which is a hormone that plays a role in regulating your sleep-wake cycle. While you sleep, it may also help you fall asleep more quickly and stay in a deep sleep state for a longer amount of time, which gives your body even more time to repair itself. In addition to protecting your eyes while you sleep, it may also help you fall asleep more quickly. Joanne was the name of a woman who I was acquainted with. Her freedom was preserved even when she reached the age of 70, since she continued to drive. Every morning, she would tell me the same thing, despite the fact that she knew I was aware of this. At this point, it appears as though my eyes have not been given any opportunity to rest at all. She tried a variety of coping mechanisms, including cold compresses, artificial tears, and even switching pillowcases. It was not a successful endeavor. Following that, her doctors asked her to make a single little alteration to her treatment plan. Incorporate the consumption of one kiwi into her nighttime routine either directly following the completion of her dinner or around 1 hour prior to her going to bed. She informed me that it was the first time in months that I had woken up and that her eyes did not burn. She also mentioned that she had not experienced headaches. The event took place within a span of 10 days. She claimed that after 3 weeks, she was able to read the newspaper in the morning without having to blink her eyes in order to bring it into focus when she was reading it. This is an example of how important it is to time the intake of nutrients. The only thing you need is a piece of fruit at the appropriate time. You do not require any drops or supplements. A second look is something that kiwi is deserving of, and you ought to give it one right now. In addition to these antioxidants, we will discuss a crunchy source of omega-3 that can assist in lowering inflammation and enhancing blood flow, while you are sleeping in the following section. I wish that more people would make the connection between inflammation and the loss of vision. Inflammation is something that most of us image as having an effect on our joints or intestines that we are experiencing. Nevertheless, continuous low-grade inflammation within the eyes, particularly in the optic nerve and retina, is one of the underlying causes of night vision problems, dry eyes, and even progressive disorders such as glaucoma and macular degeneration. This inflammation can be found in the retina and optic nerve. However, it is unfortunate that this inflammation does not simply reveal itself throughout the day. Despite the fact that your eyes ought to be resting and recuperating during the night, it continues at all times. For that purpose, walnuts are helpful because walnuts and other nuts contain a high concentration of alpha-linolenic acid ALA. They are an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids that can be found in plants. Through a process known as conversion, the body transforms ALA into the more active omega-3 fatty acids known as EPA and DHA. These molecules are especially vital for the brain and retina. Even though it is a long procedure, it is effective. Precisely. You are not unfamiliar with DHA. It makes up close to 30% of the structural fat that makes up your retina. When you don't have enough of it, the cells in your eye that detect light become sluggish, irritable, and vulnerable. Permit me to reveal the unknown to you. The majority of people feel that eating fish is necessary in order to obtain these benefits. Without a doubt, fatty fish, particularly salmon, is delicious. At midnight, walnuts are an excellent substitute for fish, regardless of whether you are vegan, allergic to fish, or simply do not enjoy eating fish. C-reactive protein, CRP levels, which are a significant indicator of systemic inflammation, were found to be much lower in persons who often consumed walnuts. According to research that was published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, not only is it beneficial to your cardiovascular health, but maintaining low levels of C-reactive protein is also beneficial. It does this by boosting the amount of blood that flows to the retina and optic nerve through the tiny blood vessels, which is a direct benefit to the eyes. This is due to the fact that your eyes have a high capillary density. Blood that is abundant in oxygen is essential for them because it allows them to transfer nutrients, eliminate waste, and keep their tissues in good shape. Disruptions of any kind, whether they be inflammation, hypertension, or poor circulation, have the potential to gradually rob you of your vision. Walnuts contain melatonin, which is a hormone commonly associated with sleep. In addition, they may help you fall asleep more quickly, which means that your eyes will have more time to relax and heal while you are sleeping under their influence. Furthermore, walnuts contain zinc, flavonoids, and vitamin E in their composition. The antioxidant defenses of the eye are strengthened by each of these factors. All of that is contained within a tight and crisp handful of the substance. One of the best things about it is that you won't require much. Consume around 7 whole walnut halves or a small handful of walnuts before going to bed in order to obtain a sufficient quantity of omega-3 fatty acids that are derived from plants. Carl, a neighbor of mine who is 75 years old, refused to take another medication despite the fact that he discovered that his eyes were more red and swollen when he woke up. The physicians recommended that he consume walnuts as a snack before bedtime. When asked about his progress 2 weeks later, he reacted with a straightforward statement. "I'm waking up with eyes that don't feel like sandpaper anymore. On more than one occasion, that is adequate. A morning that is far less uncomfortable, with improved circulation and less inflammation than the previous several mornings." Therefore, if you are looking for a strategy that is highly nutritious and does not require a lot of effort to protect your eyesight, you should not overlook this powerful tiny nut. So remember this. Every night, your eyes try to heal, but they can't do it alone. Support them with just one small habit before bed. You don't need expensive supplements or special glasses. Just real food, real timing, and a little consistency. Here's your night vision routine. 1 boiled egg for lutein and protein. Half an avocado for healthy fats. one kiwi for vitamin C and collagen. Have two of these an hour before bed, drink a glass of water, and dim the lights. That's it. Let your body take care of the rest while you sleep. Now, if this video helped you, please give it a like. Share it with a friend over 60 and hit that subscribe button of Bond Senior Health because every day we share science-backed ways to help you protect your body and your freedom. Before you go, I really want to know which one of these four foods will you try tonight? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear your answer. See you in the next video. Thanks for your watching.